Okay, starting at the top of the organizational structure, top of the pyramid, we determine our investment objectives and growth options, things like that. So one tool is the Boston Consulting Group Matrix. There are other tools like the GE 9-block matrix and the Shell matrix and so on, but this is the original and the terms come from this, so we'll use this one. And I added the colors. The red is when accountants, you write in red ink when it's below the break-even point. So if you ask somebody how's business and they say they're in the red, that means they're losing money. If they say, oh, we're in the black, that means the accountants are writing above the break-even point. They're writing in black ink. The gray area is unclear. And if you say you're in the green, that means you're really making a lot of money. But the point of this is to determine investment objectives, and so we look at relative market share. So what is your piece of the market? What is your share, your percentage of the pie? So, and it's relative. If Nokia had 30% cell phone market share in Finland in its heyday, that would be considered terrible. But 30% car market share in the US would be considered fantastic. You'd be wonderful. You'd be dominating the market. So it's all relative. And the reason why a dog has low growth rate, low market share is because nobody's buying it. Cash cow has high market share but low growth rate because everybody's already buying it. So the opposite reason for low growth rate for a dog. So if you have 90% market share, your growth rate is not going to be very high. So what do you do with a relative low market share, low growth rate? Sorry, put that up. Products, say, and that's these points of interest are products or their lines or companies or countries. They could be countries, like you're not doing so well in one country, you're thinking of withdrawing, but another country you're doing great, you have high market share, high growth rate, so you're a star, but you still have room to grow. So what do you do with the dog is you get rid of it, you divest yourself of it. What you do with the wildcat is also divest or turn it around. It's a turnaround strategy, usually involved cost cutting. It's the only one you're not so sure of because you have low market share, but the high growth rate is encouraging. So it's a question mark product, you can call it, or problem child. It's the left side of this matrix, the star and the cash cow. They're considered the challenger and the leader. All other strategies are written by these two. This is like Coke and Pepsi, Celia and Viking line, or Valio and Ingman. Every race in marketing becomes a two-horse race. Hertz and Avis is another one. So these are the competitive strategies. The star is looking to grow still. They have high market share, but still high growth rate, so they haven't reached maximum size. So they have the growth options. We're going to look at those next. And then you have the cash cow, which has a defensive mode. So this is an attack mode. The star is in an attack mode, market share advancement, and the cash cow is in a defensive mode, hold and defend. They are defending market share. And all of the cash, notice, comes from the cash cow. And notice no cash is going into the dog. Cash will only go into a wildcat if necessary. Usually, again, it's cost cutting or something like that. And the cash comes from the cash cow. You milk it for other projects and dividends.